running into technical difficulties. But as I said, yesterday's video was about the good, bad, and ugly of entrepreneurship. So we just want to continue that conversation. So let's say your friends come to you and they're like, hey, let's start a business. That's fine. Let's all get money together, right? So you got to have a plan if that's what you guys are going to do. So you want to have a business plan. You guys want to sit down, discuss what industry you guys you're going to get in. You want to make sure that the industry you guys are going in, there is a need. So a lot of people want to start daycares because they like kids are born every day. Why not? That's fine. And there are, babies born every day. So there is a need for daycares. But if you guys are planning on getting a building, which you will have to do so, you want to make sure that part of your plan is figuring out where you're going to strategically place your business. You don't want to place the daycare on a block that has 15 of them already. Now, granted, everybody will eat, but depending on how well you structure your daycare, what you offer, what age group, and you want to kind of see what they offer. You don't want to cannibalize yourself before you even get started. So that's part of your business plan where you're going to, number one, do your research. You're going to tell why you're doing what you're doing. Why do you want to start a daycare or a coffee shop or a nail salon? All those things. You want to figure out who your competitors are. You want to do that research. The reason why is, again, like I said, you want to make sure that before you go all in and spend your money, that you actually can be able to make your money back. And if you're going to invest, you want to be able to have a return on your investment. So those things, especially if you're going to go in business with friends. If your friend comes to you and asks you about going in business, they need to do it the right way. They need to come to you with their research, present it to you. Make them present this information to you if this is something that they want you to invest your money in. So that may entail giving you a presentation. How much money will this business cost? How much money do you need to invest to be able, and then what is your return? When will your return start, and when is the length of the investment or return? Like, when should you start expecting to see some money back? That may not be the first year, that may not be the second year, because usually the first year or second year of businesses end up in a deficit because you put all this money out unless you just kind of take off instantly. And that happens to businesses, but not all the time. And a lot of times that money needs to go back into the business. So that may be rebuying, buying more food, inventory, adding more things to your business to enhance it. All those things matter. When you're starting a business, you want to make sure that everything is planned out very strategically. You will have to do your research. Go look at other businesses and see what they are doing well. Don't go in blind. So if you want to start a fast food business, a McDonald's or something, yes, it is a franchise. Or you want to start another franchise like that, then you want to go and plan everything out. And again, like I said, these are things that will be inside your business plan. Your startup money. How much money do you project to make from this business? All these things you'll need to do so that you can go back and refer to your business plan. Oh, okay, you know what? You're right. You want to foresee what your strengths are. So what will your business be good at? What are you guys' weaknesses? Oh, you know what? Even going into it, we may not be good at that. What opportunities, what new markets may you guys tap into? Again, this is where the SWOT analysis keeps coming back up. Your threats. Who will be your threats? Your competitors. So, again, if you're starting a rideshare business, Lyft will be your competitor. Uber. There are other independent businesses that do ride sharing. Now you have Enterprise. Now, they do not do ride sharing, but they do let people rent cars for ride sharing. So, again, all these things you want to take in consideration when you're doing this. Plan your business out before you just jump into it. That is just essential so that you don't lose your money. That is one of the biggest mistakes a lot of business owners make, where they do only certain parts. They register the business, they just start instantly doing it. If you are running a business right now, a small business or things like that, and you are not putting your money on paper, you just out there. It's a side hustle. Yes, you're making money, and that's what usually people associate with being a business, but it's a side hustle until you're doing it legitly because you want to have it on paper and you want to do it correct. Do it correct. If you are cooking out your house, right? Let's talk about that. If you sell platters out of your house, right? That's fine. People like to eat, but you run into a lot of issues because, number one, most times if you're selling food, you should be cooking out of a commercial kitchen or that magnitude of a kitchen. You don't want to get people sick. You want to make sure that you have the right cutting boards, the right tools that that you're cutting with. You don't If you're making them in your house, people don't want to be eating out the same things that you're cooking with at home. How do we know they're clean? Everybody does not sanitize items. In these big kitchens, they have sanitizer machines. If you are cooking in a business, if you had a kitchen, you're supposed to have a wash, sanitize, and rinse. Wash, rinse, sanitize setup to even clean dishes. So, and some of these places have steam machines and different cutting boards for different meats, and a lot of times that's how people get cross-contamination. Not wearing gloves, not wearing hair nets. If you found some hair in your food at a business, it's because the person probably wasn't wearing a hair net, a beard net, wearing aprons, just different things. All those things matter. So don't get sued because you're selling platters out your house, which is, like I said, I get it. Everybody trying to get $1, but be safe when you're doing it. You don't want a lawsuit because you killed somebody because you were, trying to get a couple dollars. So that's just one thing. Keep that in mind if you are doing so. Take it a step further. Turn your catering business from your house to an official business. Go ahead and register it. Do your business plan. Figure out who your target market is. Yes, your target market, even if you're catering, is not just everybody that likes to eat. You need to know what kind of food you're going to sell. Are you going to sell Thai food? Are you going to sell soul food? Are you going to sell pastries? A pastry catering business. So all these things you must keep in mind when you're, doing your business plan. Everything has to be executed almost perfectly because you want to foresee your risk. And like I said, entrepreneurship, there is a bad and ugly side that comes with it. After the glitz and glamour of everybody styling and profiling on social media, now you're seeing it a little more. Before, when people were running businesses, you saw them, they was making money, but they didn't show you the ins and outs of how they do things. Especially as you get bigger, if you are mass producing, sometimes, like even when you're creating skincare products, yeah, you may start small and you start developing your product, but depending on how big you get, you may have to get a warehouse. You may have to hire new employees. You may have to find somebody that can mass produce it. And then you want to trademark or patent. You want to patent your product because people can steal that. So if you have a special concoction that you have, make sure that you patent that. Make sure you patent that so that it is solely for your business. The reason why is because people steal all the time. You see people getting sued every day because somebody stole their idea or stole their concoction and put their name on it, and you have no way of knowing or telling or suing them because you didn't write it down, you didn't do it, so it's technically not yours. You probably maybe copied it from somebody else, but if you did come up with it, then own it. It's nothing better than owning your own stuff, and people have to get in the mode of doing that. So, if you're watching this live, thank you. I hope this was insightful. If you are in the market to start a business, do your research, do it correctly. If you need help, contact my business. That's what I do. I specialize. We could talk about it. I do offer free consultations, and we could talk about what's going on in your brain. It's time to start putting it on paper. It's money to be made out here, and you can get some of that money too. Trust me. Nobody wants to shun you out. That's why so many people are giving out free information. Some of you do have to pay for it. And what I found is that when people pay for things, they tend to care a little more. So if you're watching this live, thank you. And I'll come off and you'll see the second live. Thank you.